viewers, friends around the world, Phil and Business Improvement and Development, Top Hat International Club members and honorees. Welcome to the 15th STARBLAZERS and Top Hats Giving Back and Beyond Awards event. Presenting Phil Ambid, co-founder and chairwoman, a certified financial fiduciary, advisor and tax consultant, CEO of Heritage Trinity Corporation and Heritage Investments and Retirement Planning Incorporated, a certified catechist, wife of engineer and retired U.S. Naval Officer Dante Concepcion, mother of Ria Therese and Dante Raphael, and doting grandmother to 3, Edna Consing Concepcion.
Good evening, USA and Canada. Good morning, Philippines, Australia, London, Italy, and Denmark. My name is Edna Consing Concepcion from the finest city in the USA, San Diego, California. In 2005, 15 years ago this month of October, good friend and schoolmate from St. Teresa's College, Manila, Marilyn Kalangi Messina Sullivan, and I established the Philippine American Business Improvement and Development, more known as PhilAmBid. PhilAmBid's mission is to connect commerce, culture, and community, and to establish Plaza Pilipinas where folks could converge, converse, and celebrate. In 2005, we also launched the STARBLAZERS and Top Hats International Awards. Top Hats is an acronym for the Outstanding Professionals and High Achieving Teams. PhilAmBid named the event the STARBLAZERS and Top Hats International Giving Back and Beyond Awards and honored successful professionals, businesses, military veterans, and public officials who possess impeccable integrity and generous hearts. It is success redefined. May I request Dr. Tess Mauricio, America's favorite dermatologist, founder of M Beauty Clinic, and Dr. James Lee, Yale and Stanford-trained medical doctor, both 2018 STARBLAZER honorees, to join me in introducing and paying tribute to our STARBLAZERS and Top Hat alum.
Thank you very much, Tita Edna, and good evening to all of you. It is indeed our pleasure and honor to be here to introduce some STARBLAZERS and Top Hat alums. And we'll start with the amazing Judge Lillian Lim, who is the first female Filipino-American judge.
California legislator and former Chula Vista Mayor Shirley Horton, who authored the bill that continued the teaching of Filipino Tagalog language and culture to California schools.
California Senator Dianne Feinstein, who was given the Senator Benigno Aquino Yellow Ribbon for all the numerous years she has served Californians. 42 years, 10 as a mayor of San Francisco, and 32 years in the Senate. The late Lucy Gonzalez, founder of Maria Clara Filipina Sorority, who has mentored so many of us ladies.
The following years, we honored the White House doctor to 3 U.S. presidents, George Herbert Walker Bush, Bill Clinton, and George Walker Bush. Rear Vice Admiral Dr. Connie Mariano.
Loida Nicolas Lewis, lawyer, CEO of a billion-dollar company, feminist and philanthropist, along with late husband Reginald Lewis.
California Congresswoman Susan Davis, who served the 53rd District for 18 years and who will be retiring this 2020. Former Mayor of Chula Vista and San Diego County Supervisor Cox and former Mayor Dr. Cheryl Cox.
The incredible Dado and Maria Banatao, Bea and Vic Bianes, Dr. Ben Camacho, our dear friend, Dr. Ophelia De Rije, Lucila and Oscar Di Bianco, Dr. Priscilla Pizarro and Mr. Tony Pizarro, Dr. Seth Ruiz and Jay Ruiz, Doctors Barbara Urobe and the late Edwin Urobe. all pillars and pioneers of the Filipino-American community. It was the gala where we honored the first Filipino-American California Chief Justice, Tani Cantil Sacauye, in 2011, the first Filipina-American federal judge, Lorna Schofield, in 2012, the first Philam California Assembly member, Rob Bonta, in 2013, the very first Philam Utah Attorney General, Sean Reyes, who is a nephew of the late Philippine President Ramon Magsaysay, in 2014, and where philanthropists Loida Nicolas Lewis and Dado and Maria Banatao came to inspire the community.
It is the gala where we honored San Diego County District Attorney Summer Stephan and husband, Federal Judge Dana Sabra, as top hat honorees, as well as Mayor Kevin Faulkner of San Diego and wife Kathleen Stewart, CEO of Restaurants Incorporated. It is the gala where we honored Assembly Member Todd Gloria.
Thank you, Dr. Tess and Dr. James, for introducing and paying tribute to our Top Hat Club International members while giving us some Philambid history tidbits. It is also the gala where we honor the very first Latina mayor of National City, Alejandra Sotelo Solis, a Top Hat honoree in 2018. And tonight, we were going to honor the first Filipina mayor of United Kingdom, Cynthia Alcantara Barker, as a Starblazer. And we still are. Mayor Cynthia Barker and I met in 2017 in Toronto, Canada, when we were both bestowed the 100 Most Influential Women in the World by FWM. Thank you, Filipina Women's Network. A week before Mayor Cynthia Alcantara passed away, we were still messaging each other about her coming Starblazer Award. 4 days before she passed, Mayor Cynthia was trying to message me, but I was at a meeting and could not respond. The next 3 nights, I stayed up late so I could catch UK time. I tried calling her again, but her phone had already been turned off. It was my niece Gina from London who gave me the very sad news. Mayor Cynthia Barker, we shall always keep you in our hearts and prayers.
I especially want to honor Mayor Cynthia Barker. Ate Cynthia was a beloved Filipino Women's Network sister of mine, someone that I, like many, looked up to. Though she's no longer with us and able to accept her award, she is worthy of continued praise for the extraordinary trailblazing she did in her short time, for being a compassionate leader, an effective leader, and one whose legacy will always be inspired by.
So, the Starblazers and Top Hats Giving Back and Beyond Award Gala over the years became, as the playwright Lin-Manuel Miranda of Hamilton would say, the room where it happens, where power and generosity meet, intertwine, and marry each other. This year, though, the Philambid board deliberated whether we would go through with our awards even during this pandemic. I had the privilege of breaking the tie. I reminded our Philambid board members that our honorees did not stop their courage and generosity due to the pandemic. In fact, the frontliners and first responders gathered more courage. So, the pandemic should not stop us from thanking them from their generous spirit. Virtual viewers and friends, our show may not be as grandiose as previous years. Most of the greetings were pre-recorded by the honorees using their cell phones, but their messages are as genuine as their hearts. Again, thank you so much Dr. Tess Mauricio and Dr. James Lee, Megan Kamaisa, a champion equestrian who, along with husband Alan, are pillars and pioneers. We thank Rosanna Salcedo, Joette Davidson, and Lilinda Camesa, all Film Bid officers and Top Hat alumni. And thank you again for rising to this occasion to give our viewers from around the world some inspiring moments from our honorees. A special hello to my fellow Theresians, graduates of St. Teresa's College, Manila. Thank you for spending time with us. Thanks for my personalized STC Mass, Frances Valdez, owner of Broadway Studios in San Francisco. A special hello to my grandchildren or our grandchildren. I share the grandchildren with Dan. To grandchildren Kira, Keegan, and baby Rockwell. Mama Lola is off her apostolic duties. And a special hello to Philippine Ambassador to Australia, Her Excellency Helen Barber de la Vega, who is still as humble and welcoming as when she was our Consul General here in Los Angeles, California. Welcome to the STARBLAZERS Club, Her Excellency. So tonight, October 10th, 2020, let's come together to focus on these generous spirits. Let's celebrate success redefined. Wherever you're watching this event, have a beautiful and brilliant 144 minutes.
144 minutes. You guys heard it right.
That's over 2 hours.
Yes. And you know, initially when I read this, I told Tita Edna, and Rosanna did the same. We texted her and we told her, maybe we shouldn't tell people because they may just, turn off their devices. It seems like it could be scary.
But Tita Edna is a stickler for numbers. I mean, she is a financial advisor, so this is for you, Edna.
And she said, this is really actually less than the amount of time that we will spend if we were watching a movie. And so she said this 144 minutes will be really worth it because you're going to hear about amazing, incredible, inspiring individuals, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, so to keep it under that 144 minutes, let's start and go on with the show.
The office of Congresswoman Susan Davis and San Diego County Supervisor proclaims October 10th, 2020 as Philippine American Business Improvement Development Phil-Am-Bid Day, the 15th year that we have a Phil-Am-Bid Day in the USA.
Good afternoon. I didn't want to miss this opportunity to say hello to my many friends with the Filipino American Business and Improvement Development Group for the great work that you've been doing these last 15 years. Since 2005, you truly have made a difference in our community and the work that you're doing, and I've had a chance to attend many of your STARBLAZERS and Top Hats Award. Unfortunately, this year I had a conflict, so I have to present myself through this video. But in any event, I wanted to thank Edna, Concepcion, and all of the folks there for the great work that you've been doing, and you truly are making a difference in our community. Certainly support of the business community right now is more important than ever with this COVID-19 crisis that we're going through. So kudos to you, congratulations, and I have a proclamation which we will get to you, but it recognizes all the things you've been doing over these last 15 years. And on behalf of the County of San Diego, this proclamation focuses on the fact that we wanted to commend the Filipino American Business Improvement and Development Group for your outstanding service, leadership, and commitment to our community. And we have declared this day, the 10th day of October 2020, as Phil-Am-Bid Day throughout San Diego County. Congratulations, and once again, thank you for everything that you're doing.
Hello, I'm Zanita Encarnacion, a former Rising Star awardee from Phil-Am-Bid, and today I want to wish Greg Cox a happy retirement. Greg, you have been a gift to our community, our South County community, and our Filipino community. I think it's safe to say you are an honorary Filipino. Congratulations, Greg.
Hello, I'm Summer Steffen, San Diego County's District Attorney, and it has been my honor to work with Chairman Greg Cox. He is an incredible leader. He is a model of service that I've looked to learn and to see his decades of service, how he has done it with such grace, such humility, and such a big heart for the community. I am so proud of our Board of Supervisors led by Chairman Cox. And he has distinguished himself in the way that he cares about every person in his community, no matter what the socioeconomic status, no matter what job, no matter whether they're older or younger, he cares about everybody. And he's always looking for programs and for the county to serve the community at the highest level, to really represent that noble service. And that's what he's done. He's a collaborator, he's a builder. He brings people together. He brings people together in order to serve the community and make sure that their needs are met. This is why San Diego County is one of those amazing places. From my concern, my lane, public safety, Supervisor Cox has always supported public safety. He understands that without safety, you can't build healthy and strong communities. He's always supported my team of 1,000 at the district attorney's office and in our mission to pursue a fair and equal justice for all and to build safe communities. He is somebody that I consider a colleague, a friend, a mentor, and someone that represents the best in public service. Congratulations, Supervisor Cox, and thank you for your long and dedicated service to our community. It's an honor to have served alongside you, and it's an honor to have you as such a role model and leader in our community.
It is an absolute honor for me to introduce our pillar pioneer and philanthropist, Loida Nicolas Lewis. Tita Loida to us. She is the chair and CEO of TLC Beatrice LLC. She assumed the leadership after the death of her husband, Reginald F. Lewis, who was the first African American to create a billion-dollar company.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Tita Loida is a lawyer by profession and is the chair of the Reginald Lewis Foundation, a benefactor of Harvard Law School. In fact, the last time Tita Edna and I, James, were together, we were in New York City, and she hosted us at the Harvard Club.
Now, Tessa and I are alumni of Stanford, and I went to Yale, so Harvard is kind of our big rival, but Tita Loida made us feel right at home.
So ladies and gentlemen, here she is, the one and only Tita Loida Nicolas Lewis.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tess Mauricio, and your handsome partner and husband, Dr. James Lee. And I would like to thank Edna Concepcion for her fortitude and perseverance in starting this Phil-Am bid 15 years ago and still going strong now. So I thank you also for awarding the Reginald F. Lewis Foundation in 2017 the Phil-Am bid's pillar, pioneer, and philanthropist honoree. Thank you. Mr. Lewis founded the Reginald F. Lewis Foundation in 1987 because he believed that the only way out of poverty is through education. And since then, although he died in 1993, the family, myself, my daughter Christina, his brother Tony Fugit, and his aunt Beverly Cooper have continued the giving of the Reginald F. Lewis Foundation to educational institution, Harvard Law School, $3 million. To museums in Baltimore, Reginald F. Lewis Museum of African American History and Culture, $5 million. To Virginia State University, $1.5 million for the Reginald F. Lewis College of Business. And to Sorsogon, the Lewis College, $1 million. And early on, while he was still alive, to the University of the Philippines, my alma mater, $100,000. And with that, total distribution of the foundation up to now is $30 million. So I thank you in 2017, Edna, for awarding the Reginald F. Lewis Foundation the Pillar Pioneer Philanthropy Honoree of the Phil Bids. Thank you. And now I invite the following to the Pillar and Pioneer Club. The first one is Lucila and Oscar Di Pianco, honoree on 2018. Next is San Diego County Supervisor Greg Cox and Mayor Cheryl Cox, PhD, honoree in 2019. This year's Pillar and Pioneer honoree is White House Dr. The Honorable Dr. Connie Mariano, Rear Admiral, U.S. Navy retired, honoree for this year, 2020. Now I would like to acknowledge awardees of top hats. I would like to welcome honoree for top hats, Marie B. Mapa Garcia and the Holy Land Subic. Next is Emma Imperial and Tatag Imperial. Next is Gina Consing McAdam, communications and consultant from London, and our very own Oprah Winfrey. Gia Tolentino, author of New York bestseller Trick Mirror. And now I would like to acknowledge the visionary volunteers. The first one is Rose and Rod Alonte, San Diego, California. Now we have sisters as visionary volunteers, Tessie Maliwat Clavesilia from New York, and Dolly Maliwat Milkarek from San Francisco, California. And we have the group from Toronto. They call themselves One, the STC, Toronto Group. STC means St. Teresa's College, of which Edna Concepcion and I are also graduates from. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Francine Maige, and it's my pleasure to help welcome you tonight. Phil Bid is extraordinary, and the warriors that help lead it are heroes of mine, sheroes of mine. I was so honored to be recognized as a top hat last year, a particularly challenging year, and I congratulate and thank all of tonight's honorees.
Judge Lillian Lim, Pillar and Pioneer.
This is Lillian Lim, retired San Diego Superior Court Judge. I'm a proud Filipina American and happy to greet you from my home on the big island of Hawaii. I also want to give a big thank you to Edna Concepcion, who has organized this virtual gala for all of us and put together such a beautiful event to honor the STARBLAZERS and Top Hats of 2020. So welcome to the 2020 STARBLAZERS and Top Hats International Giving Back and Beyond Awards Gala. Some of your STARBLAZER honorees include people I know personally and have known for many years. All of your STARBLAZERs have stellar reputations and well known in our community. The 2020 STARBLAZERs have led their careers with absolute integrity, have courageously taken risks in order to do the right thing, made a positive difference to so many, mentored others, cared for our communities, and have been good stewards of the trust we have placed in each of them. So our heartfelt congratulations to Helen de la Vega, Philippine Ambassador to Australia. Congratulations to Geraldine Milana, San Diego County Chief Deputy District Attorney. Congratulations to Judge Dana Sabra, United States District Court Judge for the Southern District of California. Congratulations to Congressman Scott Peters, California 52nd Congressional District. It's my honor to recognize and thank each of our honorees for the service they have given to us. They have truly given back in our symbols of this particular event. Thank you.
The next Star Blazer is attorney Geraldine Malana. If she wasn't an awardee this year, babe, she'd probably be hosting it as she has it many times in the past. Attorney Jerry is an accomplished attorney, a community leader, and a dear friend. When our daughter Jaina was considering law before she changed her mind to follow in her parents' footsteps, she was so generous to offer to be Jaina's mentor. Jerry has been recognized by many organizations as a trailblazer. To name a few, the San Diego County Winners Hall of Fame and the National Asian Pacific American Bar Association. She is a fellow 100 Most Influential Filipino Women in the World awardee, and of course, a proud UCSD alum. Here's San Diego's very own attorney Jerry Malana.
Thank you, Phil and Bid, for the STARBLAZER recognition. Community service is really my passion. I appreciate the honor. As an attorney, I've always felt that legal professionals have unique skills and talents to help others. And in fact, we have an obligation and duty to give back. And I'm especially motivated to do so because of the many opportunities that have been given to me. My parents instilled in me and my siblings the value of education. And education is truly the key to social mobility. And that is something that I'll be forever grateful to my parents. And this pursuit of education is something that I always talk about when I'm meeting with students and young professionals. You know, in my career, I've had many mentors and sponsors along the way, and I want to thank them. Many of you know what mentors are. They are our trusted advisors. They guide us, they teach us. They teach us to be better business people, to be better lawyers, to be better artists, to be better scientists, engineers, you name it. But sponsors are really special. They are mentors plus. They are people who are your advocates. They are your PR people, and they are in the room where it happens, so to speak. And of course, I'm taking that from the hit Broadway musical Hamilton. They are in the room where it happens. They are the decision makers. They influence decisions, and they are in positions of authority where they can recommend you for promotions. They can recommend you for a special project. They can make special connections for you. And that's why sponsors are so special. And I'm grateful for the sponsors who I've had, but I encourage you all to think about who you can be, not only a mentor, but who you can also be a sponsor. Because if you are privileged enough to be in the room where it happens, then make it happen for the next generation. You know, I've always made community service a priority because of the help that I've received through my career, and I'm blessed to be around so many like-minded friends and colleagues who feel the very same way. And working alongside them in the community keeps me grounded, it nurtures my soul, and really gives me energy. And it's awesome to be part of something bigger than yourself and to be part of a community with common goals. So whether it's working with at-risk youth or serving on nonprofit boards or serving lunches to seniors, working on things like equity, diversity, and inclusion, or working to increase civic education in our schools and our community, or raising scholarship dollars for first-generation college students, it's really been my honor and privilege to serve our community. Thank you.
Congressman Scott Peters serves California's 52nd Congressional District, which includes the cities of Coronado, Poway, and most of northern San Diego. First elected in 2012, Scott has worked across the aisle to fix a broken Congress and stand up for San Diego's military veterans community. During his time in Congress, Scott has passed legislation to give the military the advanced technology it needs to fight terrorism, to level the playing field for small businesses competing for government contracts, and has succeeded in getting the federal government to make changes to the homelessness funding formula that disadvantages San Diego. Ranked 4th most independent Democrat in Congress by the National Journal, Scott Peters understands that business problems have bipartisan solutions and is never afraid to work across party lines to build consensus and get things done. Scott Peters currently serves on the House Committee on the Budget and the House Energy and Commerce Committee, where he advocates for investment in basic scientific research, supports the military's goals to enhance their energy security, and fights for common sense healthcare reforms that work for families and small business owners. Star Blazer, Congressman Scott Peters.
Hi, I'm Congressman Scott Peters, and I'm delighted to participate in this virtual Star Blazers and Top Hats Giving Back and Beyond Awards Gala. I want to express my gratitude to Phil-Am Bid, Access, and Top Hat Club International for recognizing me as a Star Blazer honoree for 2020. This award recognizes public officials and other members of the community for their service and for giving back to others. As a member of Congress, public service is at the heart of what I do. My life experiences and career path have led me here, and fortunately, I love my job. As a young college student, I faced some of the financial burdens we still hear about today. I wasn't born into a wealthy family, and even though my parents were educated and we had a healthy middle-class income, but we didn't have a lot of money. My dad told me this, he told this to me and my sisters. He said, work hard in school, get into the best university you can get into, and Mom and I will figure out how to pay for it. I was able to be admitted to Duke University, which was an expensive school for my parents. I did work study, I worked my way through school, I had some grants, I took on some loans, but I was very fortunate for the opportunity that I had. After college, I took a job as an economist at the Environmental Protection Agency in Washington, where I did some economic analysis on the proposed regulation of potentially toxic chemicals. And then I decided I would become a lawyer. I pursued a new path, and I graduated from NYU Law School in 1984. After that, I had a 15-year career as an environmental lawyer, and then I began a 13-year career as a local official, first elected to the city council, where I was a city council president, and then I became a port commissioner. Today, I have the tremendous honor to serve in the United States House of Representatives. For me, this is a great job. The work is meaningful, I'm never bored. I'm in my 4th term, and now I've achieved some seniority. I've been elected by my colleagues to some leadership roles, which means I have a better chance to pass legislation that helps the people I represent here in San Diego, and is also good for the whole country. And though Congress doesn't always find common ground, I understand the responsibility I have in my position. I understand how my vote and my involvement can directly affect small businesses and families who are trying to get by, folks who need food, or a retired worker who's depending on fixed income. My career path and the work I've done along the way continues to inform the decisions I make as an elected official in public service. Some people might think that being an elected official is the best way that they could give back to their community, but giving back is something you could do in a lot of different ways. And I'm particularly encouraged by the younger generation I see organizing peaceful protests to have their voices heard, coming together to volunteer to help seniors, to clean up our beaches, and spreading the word about issues of the day to forge the future that they want. I want to encourage that. I want to say that running for office is not for everyone, but it's a great honor for me. I appreciate the support of my community and my family, and very much this honor. So thank you very much. Be well, and God bless you, and God bless our country.
Federal Judge Dana Sabra. Judge Dana Makoto Sabra, in 1995, he was appointed to San Diego's North County Municipal Court and served as presiding judge of the municipal court until Governor Pete Wilson elevated him to the Superior Court in 1998, where he served as criminal supervising judge and as a criminal and civil trial judge until his appointment to the federal bench in 2003. As a trial lawyer and judge, Judge Sabra has tried more than 300 cases to verdict. In 2003, he was nominated to the United States District Court, Southern District of California, on May 1st by President George W. Bush and was unanimously confirmed by the U.S. Senate on September 25, 2003. Judge Sabra currently serves as a member of the Judicial Conference Committee on the Judicial Branch at the request of the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, Starblazer Federal Judge Dana Sabra.
Good evening, and thank you for this recognition. As I understand this award, it's in part given to public servants who have served with integrity and in a selfless manner. And that means so much to me, because in public service, that is really all we have, is our integrity and our desire to serve in a selfless manner. I think we live in the greatest country in the world. We have a constitutional form of government. It allows we in the judiciary to serve independently and to hold the other branches of government to account, such that there is not any governmental action that ultimately infringes upon our constitutional rights. And we need only to look to our recent history for examples of this, and this is not a partisan issue. If we look to World War II, for example, President Franklin D. Roosevelt and then California Attorney General Earl Warren imprisoned 120,000 Japanese Americans, all of whom were lawfully present. There was not then, and there has never been, any evidence of sabotage, espionage, or military necessity. That action was wrong then, and it has proven to be one of the most shameful chapters in our history. And these issues, no matter the administration, tend to repeat. Anytime there is matter of real or perceived national security, our government, the legislative or executive branches, tend to overreach and impinge upon our constitutional rights. And it's for that reason that Alexander Hamilton, when he wrote part of the Federalist Papers and the founding of our country, Federalist Papers number 78, the following about the judiciary and its role. He said, "It is the duty of the courts to declare all acts contrary to the Constitution to be void. Without this, all of the reservations of particular rights or privileges would amount to nothing." And that is exactly why the judiciary is so important. I suspect that part of this recognition I'm receiving is due to a case I handled recently. It's the family separation case, the Nassau case. And in June of 2018, we ordered that the government stop separating families, parents from their minor children at the border. We held that under the Fifth Amendment, it was unconstitutional to separate families in order to deter immigration. We prevented further family separations, and we also ordered that the government reunify those families. And I'm happy to report that of all of those families, 2,814, we found them all. They have all been reunified, and they have all of the parents' wishes have been honored. Some of the parents had already been removed to Central America, and they were either allowed to repatriate with their children, or they allowed their children to stay here with responsible sponsors to lawfully pursue their asylum claims. The system worked. A government overreach was addressed and prevented. And for that reason, I urge you all to always support the judiciary and its independence, for it is the backstop to governmental overreach and intervention is from time to time necessary. I want to thank the organization for recognizing me and the judiciary and honoring its role in our government. Thank you very much. This is very meaningful to me. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Good night.
Thank you for the opportunity to acknowledge the passing of two of our legal heroes, Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Peter Kwan Jr. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away on September 18, 2020, of complications related to pancreatic cancer. I had the great honor to meet her 7 years ago. Her brilliance and her charisma was so evident even in the informal setting in which we met. She was a truly authentic person and deservedly was known as the notorious RBG. As a lawyer and a justice on the highest court of this land, she protected all of us, working to the very last moment to give our communities and all of us equal access to the law and equal opportunity. She was my hero. Peter Kwan Jr. passed away on July 17, 2020, of complications also related to pancreatic cancer. He was 68 years old. He and I met when he was 14 years old and a ninth grader at Berkeley High School West Campus. He, like Justice Ginsburg, was also a truly authentic person. From the very beginning of his career as a lawyer and San Diego community leader to his last day, he worked on behalf of our communities so that Filipino Americans and Asian American young lawyers could fulfill their dreams. He co-founded Pan Asian Lawyers of San Diego, co-founded the Asian Pacific American Bar of California, was an honorary co-founder of Filipino American Lawyers of San Diego. He mentored hundreds of law students and lawyers. Like Justice Ginsburg, he was also my hero. Thank you for the chance to acknowledge both their passings. I will miss them both.
Emmanuel Masongsong was born and raised in Santa Monica, California. He is the son of Wendy Raley and attended La Jolla High School, earning a BS in microbiology and immunology and molecular genetics at UCLA. He spent the next 12 years there researching cervical cancer and human papillomavirus vaccine development. He needs to help us with COVID. In 2013, he was recruited to the Elfin CubeSat team, the first student-built satellite mission at UCLA, funded by NASA and the National Science Foundation. He built and launched twin satellites, which continue monitoring in Earth orbit until late 2021. In 2020, he was selected as JPL Solar System Ambassador and regularly gives lectures on space, weather, and plasma waves. That's
smart.
A true Renaissance man, he also enjoys and is passionate about everything from singing karaoke, classical piano, percussion, jazz saxophone, electric guitar. He even toured in a heavy metal band. Top Hat, Emmanuel Masongsong.
Hello everyone, I'm Emmanuel Masongsong. It's great to be here today. I want to thank Dita Edna and the Phil M. Bid Committee for this Top Hat Award. It's truly humbling to be recognized along such incredible achievers and people that have made a tangible difference in their communities all over the world, so thank you. But first I have to recognize my mom, Wendy Raley. She's the one that instilled in me from age 5 that I had to go to college and get a good education if I wanted to achieve my dreams. She also stressed the importance of volunteering and sharing my talents because not everyone else had the same access to resources that I do. So it's important to me to pay it forward. She also exposed me from a young age to world arts and cultures, especially through music and studying piano, and that really helped me develop a respect for other traditions and to also have a lifelong goal of educating people in music as well as science. So thanks, Mom. So I know we're living in unprecedented, troubled times, and it feels chaotic, and sometimes I know I can feel powerless with everything that's going on, but it's important to remember our values and to exhibit compassion and patience for everyone as much as possible, even if we don't agree with them, and also to focus on the individual change that we can make through our own actions, because we can build momentum by setting an example and acting as role models for how we want the world to be. So with that, thank you so much again, and I wish all of you the best. Take care. Bye.
Judge Zapanta sits on the University of San Diego Law Alumni Board on Diversity and also sits on the editorial board of The Bench, the California Judges Association Judicial Magazine. Judge Zapanta was born in Honolulu, Hawaii, raised in San Diego, California, and is county certified bilingual in Tagalog, where she uses her language skills to support the Filipino community. It is interesting to know that Judge Rohani was born in Hawaii but raised in California. Her counterpart, the first Filipino-American Superior Court judge in San Diego, Judge Lillian Lim, was born in California and now lives in Hawaii. Also, daughter Ria Concepcion and William Kress had the honor to have Judge Rouhani officiate their wedding vows last January. The following month, they were blessed by Pastor Kurt Christensen. That's what we call double blessings. Viewers, family, and friends, the induction of PhilAmBid's officers and board members by the Honorable Rouhani Zapanta.
Hi, I'm Judge Rouhani Zapanta, and I would like to induct the incoming board of the PhilAm Business Improvement and Development Organization. The following persons are officers: Rosanna Salcedo, President; Rose Alante; Pasita Barangan; Lilinda Kamaisa; Ria Concepcion; Roette Davidson; Emma Francisco, with Chairwoman Edna Consing Concepcion. Board members are Marissa Acierto, Fresas Flores Balestreri, Gemma Banang, Lynn Bautista Barroso, Megan Kamaisa, Dr. Tess Mauricio, Dr. Beverly Bianes Pack, and Marilu Bautista Pennington. By accepting your position as a board member or officer, you swear and affirm that you will faithfully discharge to the best of your abilities the duties of your office for the Filipino American Business Improvement and Development Board, pursuant to its Articles of Incorporation and its bylaws, and in performance of your duties. And you will support the law and constitutions of the United States of America and the state of California. As a judge of the Superior Court of County of San Diego and State of California, I hereby confirm your appointment. Congratulations.
Another incredible, empowered woman and a role model to me personally, our pillar pioneer, the White House Doctor, Rear Admiral Eleanor Concepcion Connie Mariano. She really inspires me because we have a lot in common. Dr. Mariano was born in the Philippines, grew up in San Diego, graduated from UCSD, my college alma mater, and we both had interest in the armed forces. When I was in high school, I actually was the battalion commander of our JROTC group, and I thought I was a badass, but Dr. Mariano, she's the real badass. Dr. Mariano is the first Filipino American in history to become a Navy admiral. She was physician to 3 sitting presidents. I take care of celebrities, but she took care of American presidents. That's pretty amazing. When she retired from her role as White House doctor, she founded the Center for Executive Medicine and now takes care of VIP and high-profile individuals. She also has a podcast called House Calls, and I've had the chance to listen to a few episodes, and it is truly uplifting, inspiring, and empowering, just like Dr. Mariano herself. Ladies and gentlemen, a force of nature, Dr. Connie Mariano.
Thank you, Dr. Tess Mauricio, for your kind introduction. I am so honored and delighted to receive this amazing award from your organization, the Pillars and Pioneers Award. I am joined by many amazing people who have also gotten this award in the past. Congresswoman Susan Davis, San Diego County Supervisor Greg Cox, former Assembly Member Shirley Horton. In addition, Ms. Loida Nicholas Lewis, Judge Lillian Lim, Dr. Priscilla Pizarro and Tony Pizarro. Both Davis and Cox are retiring at the end of the year after 20 years of public service. I want to thank you for this award. It brings a lot of ideas to mind right now to share with you briefly. I want to tell you how proud I am to be a member of the Filipino American community. We're blessed to have incredible roots of our homeland, of resilience, of determination. This is a tough time in our history, not only for the world with the pandemic, but in our country. And I want you to call upon your roots of resilience, of being positive, of being faithful, of also being loving towards each other. Have faith in your God, in what you believe in, and in the country, and what we can do to help each other, and to be positive. And I think for me, life is about struggles, and it's how you deal with struggles and how you solve the problem, and to focus on the right solutions that you can help each other to get through this tough time. So I thank you for this amazing honor. Thanks again.
Phil-Am-Bid congratulates the top hats, the outstanding professionals and high-achieving teams. The outstanding professionals are individuals who epitomize success in their field, business acumen, and the spirit of giving back through active volunteerism. The high-achieving teams are business entities or organizations who are acclaimed for their professional team achievement and excellence in organization, services, and community outreach.
Rosana Guevara Salcedo is president of Phil-Am-Bid. She graduated from San Diego State University with a BS in psychology. She obtained her master's degree in counseling and worked as a crisis counselor, providing individual and group therapies. She actively supported numerous community and nonprofit organizations throughout San Diego County. She enjoys the theater, traveling, and creating uniquely designed Swarovski-jeweled musical boxes and crafted from authentic ostrich and goose eggs.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you, Phil-Am-Bid. I'm truly humbled and honored to receive this award tonight. Traits that I believe I can attribute to success include working hard and being resilient. As the late Mrs. Lucy Gonzalez and Alden Salcedo used to say, surround yourself with friends whose values you admire and who are kind, ethical, hardworking, give back to the community, and are humble for what they say. You are who you hang around with. As a cancer survivor, I'm blessed to be surrounded by amazing family and friends. Lastly, remember, a strong woman looks a challenge in the eye and gives it a wink.
Dr. Sandra Silva Litao, as a St. Teresa College and a University of the Philippines alum, Dr. Sandra Silva Litao practiced medicine in Japan and has been perfecting the art of life-work balance, right? We're all trying to do that, and she's doing it between the academic life and motherhood. She is most proud to have taught at the Perpetual Help Binyan and De La Salle Health Sciences, and not to mention having nurtured her children to become doctors themselves. Wow, what an accomplished life indeed. Introducing STARBLAZER, Dr. Sandra Silva Litao.
Good evening, US. Good morning, Philippines. The year 2020 brought a lot of surprises. It was a series of unforeseen events, starting with January, the Taal volcano explosion, whose ashfall reached as far as Metro Manila. In March, we had the COVID pandemic. It brought us down to our knees in prayers. It made us realize to live with just the basic essentials. It made us disciplined to protect others as well as to protect ourselves. We were also into online learning. It was a time of self-motivated learning with webinars and more webinars. As a respite though, we had Netflix to entertain us. There was K-rom-coms, which made our hearts flutter, which made us smile, and which temporarily made us forget the problems we were facing. When I was offered this honor by Edna, I was totally baffled. I told her, Edna, why me? I don't have any mind-boggling achievements to boast of. I just fulfill my roles as a wife, as a mother, as a grandmother, as a doctor, and as a teacher. Maybe because in these extraordinary times, these are just but the most important essential roles we have to face. In living my life, I have always been guided by what Saint Teresa of Avila, espoused. She says, "Let nothing disturb you. Let nothing frighten you. All things are passing. God never changes. With patience, you attain all things. God alone suffices." Again, I thank you for this honor, and here's hoping for better times ahead. Maraming salamat.
I'm so excited to introduce a young, incredible person, Gia Tolentino. She's a staff writer at The New Yorker and the author of the essay collection Trick Mirror. It's an instant New York Times bestseller and a finalist for the National Book Critics Circle John Leonard Prize for Best First Book. Amazing. Wow. Formerly, she was a deputy editor at Jezebel and a contributing editor at Hairpin. Gia grew up in Texas, went to the University of Virginia, served in the Peace Corps, got her MFA in fiction from the University of Michigan. She's the recipient of Whiting Award and a fellowship from the MacDowell Artist Colony. Her work also appeared in the New York Times Magazine and Pitchfork, among other places. Here is Gia Tolentino.
Hi everyone, my name is Gia Tolentino, and it is so wonderful to be a Top Hat honoree tonight. This past year has changed my life a lot. On August 6th of 2019, I published this book, Trick Mirror, which became an instant New York Times bestseller and has now been translated in a whole bunch of countries: Italy, Spain, Germany, Russia, Finland, etc. It's amazing to me. I never expected anything like that to happen. In a lot of ways, I have a hard time wrapping my head around it. But one of the most amazing things about publishing this book and getting to tour with it was just going to places around the States and meeting people who had read it and connecting to them, including a lot of young, cool Filipinos. And even I got to travel to London and got to go to Melbourne in Australia. And best of all, on that last trip, I got to go to the Philippines and meet readers in Manila, which was so special to me. I was technically in the Philippines to visit my beloved Lola, who turns 98 this month, but it was this incredible bonus to be welcomed as a native daughter, even though I shamefully can speak almost no Tagalog at all. It was probably the most special thing I got to do on all of book tour. And then on August 6th of 2020, I checked myself into the hospital to have this little baby, who's now 7 weeks old. Her name is Paloma Daly Tolentino. I am proud that she has a Filipino last name, and I've been thinking about ways that I can make sure she stays connected to Filipino culture. And so I'm particularly grateful for organizations like this and what you do. And before I go, because I guess she's hungry, when I think about what I want for her life, I think that I hope she finds something that is as pleasurable and absorbing for her to do as writing has been for me. What a privilege that is. I hope that she learns to love hard work. I hope that she fights to help the people in her community, both locally and globally. And I hope that she grows up with a commitment to making the world a better place. So thank you again. It's such an honor. I hope that everyone is staying safe and well. And hopefully I'll see some of you whenever this is all over. Bye.
Gina Consing McAdam. Gina Consing McAdam is an established marketing and corporate communications consultant and writer whose career has taken her from Manila to Madrid, New York to London, all my favorite cities. She was handpicked by legendary London hotelier Geoffrey Gilardi to conceive, research, and write 20 Years of Hospitality, the first published history of the Lanesborough, one of the world's most prestigious properties. Gina likewise wrote the widely praised book commemorating 50 years of the Craft Guild of Chefs, the oldest chef organization in the UK. She is currently marketing and communications director for two successful restaurant businesses in London, Mr. Todiwala's Collection, the business operated by celebrity chef Cyrus Todiwala, BBC's Food Personality of the Year 2014, which includes the longest-standing Michelle Bib gourmand restaurant in the world, Cafe Spice Namaste, and Romulo Cafe and Restaurant, which has been twice named the most loved restaurant in Kensington. For over a decade, Gina was on the organizing committee of the Cancer Research UK Mistletoe Ball, the most successful fundraiser of Cancer Research UK in London. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud to present to you Gina Consing McAdam.
Say thank you very much for naming me one of the top hats this year. It's a very distinct honor, and I'd like very much to continue helping and doing what I can to help the Filipino community all over the world. So thank you very, very much. I'm thrilled by the honor, and thank you to Edna Concepcion for the recognition as chairman of the board, and to all the judges. Thank you.
Belle Lamage.
Mabuhay! Magandang araw o gabi sa inyong lahat. This is Belle Lamage. Firstly, thank you very much, Phil and Bid, to be chosen as one of your top hats this year and for this opportunity to give some inspirational thoughts about this $8 million word, success. Well, let me share with you what I found to be the best definition of success. I quote, "Success is a peace of mind, which is the direct result of self-satisfaction, of knowing you made the effort to do your best to become the best that you are capable of becoming." In the manufacturing and import-export business that I am in, there's no other word that can substitute for the word best quality, best timing, and best price. Otherwise, we cannot compete globally. The Filipino word "pwede na yan" or practice is never acceptable. To come up with quality products requires discipline, good planning, foresight, and perfection in every detail. The search to do better is endless. However, we should always be able to recognize there are things that we can change and things that we cannot. The first basic step in success is to know what you really want to do in life. Success is easier to achieve for an endeavor that you are passionate about, diba? It is no longer work when you do what you love most. Because of my experiences having sent abroad as ambassador of goodwill, the love to promote my country, Philippines, has been inscribed in me. And so volunteering and serving in the Film organization, whose main mission is to promote Philippine culture, became my burning passion. My dedication and passion resulted my successful leadership in the said organization by being able to raise unprecedented amount of money so we can undertake big projects here and in the Philippines. The specifics of some of this I mentioned in my resume. I know also that I will not be successful in leading the said organization and managing my business if I do not treat people with respect. Each person is unique, and handling different personalities as a leader or a manager is a challenge. Getting people to work together so we can achieve common goals is a key to achieving success, as we all know. Because I understand the uniqueness of each individual and I listen to them, making them feel important, I can motivate them to work with me as my teammates. Since my family is in this manufacturing import-export business where we use more people than machines, our employees are our greatest assets. We treat them with kindness and respect, and this goes a long, long way. We make sure that the people have high morale to produce the highest quality of products that we can make. Let them have pride in what they do. Each product we manufacture that says "Made in the Philippines" carries their name and workmanship. We should always be proud to be a Filipino. Pinoy yata ito, hindi ba? Lastly, I want to end my speech with this quotation as we go with our daily lives. Success is to wake up each morning consciously decide that today will be the best day of your life. To take courage to pursue your dreams, have determination and positivity to start the best day of your life every day. Mabuhay ang Pilipino. Maraming salamat po.
Jacqueline Yu, attorney.
Greetings from Los Angeles, California. I'm Jacqueline Yu, a wealth and tax planning attorney representing individuals and families domestically and internationally. I was born in Quezon City, Philippines, and immigrated to the United States soon after the first People Power Revolution. My parents were nurses, now retired, and I learned through my parents experiences, and examples the value of education, hard work, and persistence despite life's challenges. I went on to graduate as a high school valedictorian and earned merit scholarships and fellowships at UCLA and Notre Dame Law School. I went into law because I realized through my parents' experiences as immigrant nurses that hard work needed to be coupled with the assertiveness necessary to fight for one's worth and the wisdom to build a pathway to self-determination for one's life and one's family. So I unionized my parents' hospitals through SEIU and the Asian Pacific American Labor Alliance, and went on to become a wealth and tax attorney, advising families on creating and building wealth as a socio-economic equalizer, an opportunity generator for generations to come. With that said, the 3 traits I have attributed to my success are the following. 1, tenacious, confident humility, to have the confidence in my abilities to achieve excellence, while having the humility to understand that there's more to learn from others, and the tenacity to keep going despite life's challenges, and to develop one's craft. 2, courageous creativity, to continue to innovate and recreate oneself, and to have the courage to find and seize opportunities when they arise. And number 3, to work for the greater good. My success ensues from my personal and professional dedication to serving the needs of our community and providing an educational platform that would help families, minorities, and immigrant communities to build a business for themselves and to create and build wealth for generations to come. Many thanks to the Philippine American Business Improvement and Development for this honor.
Noli Zoza, candidate for San Diego City Council.
So I think the first attribute that has contributed to my success is the commitment to service, serving the public and serving the community. I've had such a passion for serving the Filipino American community, serving the city of San Diego for almost 30 years. And when you are passionate about serving the people and serving the community, I think that just people will feel good about working with you and support you. And I think that's really, really helped me, is getting the people to back me on whatever I've chosen to do in my life, whether it be opening up a new restaurant through Dirty Birds, or perhaps running for office, which I decided to do. I'm running for San Diego City Council now, and I was encouraged to do that because people truly believe in me, and that was because I've shown a commitment to service and serving the public. It all because you have to have the second term, which is compassion, compassion for people, people that part of my work. Where I started out back in the mid-90s is serving the low-income community where I live in Linda Vista, which is an underserved community, one of the only low-income community north of the 8 freeway. And I got my commitment and my compassion of working with people from all different backgrounds and helping people live out their American dream. Because my parents gave me the opportunity to live out the American dream. And I found that my goal is to help other people live their American dream. And so that goes to what I've been doing and what I want to do for the city and I want to do for the rest of my life. But, and I think the third thing is I've been generous, whether it be generous with my time, and I've served on over 20 different boards and commissions and organizations, because you have to make time for things that are important to not only me, but for people that to make our city and our communities a better place to live. So, but also generous with the resources that we have. You know, whenever Dirty Birds comes into a community, opens up a new restaurant, we make sure we get involved in every single community organization and sponsor and donate to all the causes that are in those communities, and that's gotten us to be supported by those communities, and has led to us being successful with our restaurants. So, and generous with all the different organizations that I've chosen to support, those nonprofits and charitable organizations.
Dr. Maria Bibi.
Global Educator Katipunera. My name is Maria Africa Bibi. The midwife declared when I was born that I will travel the world, and travel the world I did. First as a Peace Corps volunteer, as an American assigned to the Philippines. After graduate school at Stanford, I accompanied my husband James to his U.S. Department of State Foreign Service postings in the Sudan, Philippines, Liberia, Oregon, Washington, D.C., and South Africa. At each location, I secured a job in international development universities. After Africa, I developed and led Afghan equality alliances around the use of ICTs to improve the quality of higher education in Afghanistan. By now, you can appreciate why I identify as a global, as educator. When I did my work in Afghanistan, people asked, aren't you afraid of IED, dying from improvised explosive device? My response, people die while watching TV. I'd prefer dying while making a difference. Where does this courage come from? My Lola used to tell me, don't forget you have the blood of a Katipunera. Your Apong Juan was a runner for the Katipunan when he was 10. He memorized the messages and then ran to deliver the message, evading enemy fire. I imagine I inherited the predisposition to have courage. Courage to manage fear, courage to build my confidence, courage to perceive a worthy purpose. For example, I believed that it was worthy for Filipinas to tell their own stories. So, as a board member of the Filipino Women's Network, I edited 3 books about Filipino women and leadership. Last December 2019, my colleagues Boying, Tony, and I were shocked to learn that the Philippines scored lowest in reading and second lowest in math and science in the 2018 program for student assessment. We ask why. What can we do? Do we have the courage to act to make a difference? All of us are committed to the use of ICTs for development. All of us have experience with e-learning, iSchools, digital solutions, so we decided to go for it. We thought we had a year to plan, then COVID happened. We fast-tracked our thinking. We launched Kaisipan to transform teaching and learning in the Philippines through digital education solutions. Our mission is digital literacy for all Filipino educators. We define digital literacy as a set of cognitive, technical, and humanizing capabilities to use information and communication technologies to I learn, I create, and I share. Kaisipan is a giving back project. We invite you, kaibigan, kaisipan, think with us and act with us to empower educators to transform teaching and learning to help Sulong Educalidad achieve quality education for Filipino students, to contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goal to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education by 2013. Digital literacy for all. I learn, I create, I share. Kaya natin to.
Emma Imperial and Tatag Imperial.
Hello from Manila. I thank Philippine American Business International Development Group for the Top Hats Award for 2020. You know, our world today should match tough decision to mitigate climate change. Our advocacy is to provide every Filipino a world-class resilient home to live in his lifetime and to pass on to the next generation. Current pandemic is now becoming very frequent, and Imperial Homes continue our sustainable innovation in building communities for the future. In 2014, a lot of people doubted our company when we launched a solar-powered mass housing community. Proudly, we are now the champion of IFC World Bank EDGE, and that stands for Excellence in Design in Energy Efficiency. We became also IFC World Bank poster child for solar-powered, affordable mass housing community in the world. And we did not stop there. We didn't stop on solar solutions. We introduced Conovate Building Solution, an invention from Denmark, with European certified zero moisture, which means it's mold-free. And based on the study of Gagner Chaton and Parisio. The ultra-high performance concrete that we use for our building solutions or building panels, it prevents bacteria and viruses. The application of high-performance concrete eliminates potential diseases, building stronger immune system for our home buyers. These walls are also 20 times stronger, and they are super earthquake, typhoon, and fire resistant. Most importantly, our tough homes, they use 84% less cement and also other natural earth resources like gravel and sand. These homes lower CO2 emissions that will help bring back bluer skies. Our homes also last 100 years. It's certified by Denmark and 267 years based on the study of the Danish Technical Institute. So, I humbly accept this award to help promote sustainability and resiliency in the housing development to benefit our kababayans, but not also in just Philippines, but in the ASEAN region. Soon, we will be collaborating with other countries using our model. So thank you very much and mabuhay tayong lahat. Keep safe and God bless us all. Thank you.
Good evening again. Mayor Sotelo Solis here, and I have the honor of introducing and congratulating our rising stars, the lady and man of the hour. Andrea and Jared Davis, our husband and wife, a dynamic duo, and our nurses at Grossmont Hospital. Andrea and Jared are both ICU nurses. As we know, during this COVID-19 time, their work is so essential. Thank you both for doing so much to keep our community healthy. Andrea is especially, we appreciate all of your work because you work directly with those COVID-19 patients. We appreciate all of the work that you do. Thank you. And on behalf of the City of National City, congratulations to our rising stars, the lady and man of the hour, Andrea and Jared Davis.
Mariby, Mapa Garcia, and Holy Land.
Nestled in the serene and tranquil Subic rainforest, 2 hours away from the hustle and bustle of the metro, lies an immersive sanctuary that will take you on a spiritual journey of personal renewal and healing. Holy Land Subic is a pilgrimage destination where you can rediscover the history of salvation and God's words and promises in the Bible, and feel the divine presence of God.
It was in July 16, 1992, on the 5th day of a contemplative retreat in Cebu, Jesuit Retreat House, that the Lord planted the seed of the Holy Land dream. Our mission here is to bring pilgrims closer and more intimate in their relationship with our Lord. And our vision is a sanctuary where people who want to get away and be quiet can contemplate and meditate on the life of the Lord to Scripture and be drawn closer.
Let us take you 2,000 years back in time and explore ancient Jerusalem at the time of our Lord Jesus Christ. Experience spiritual renewal and holistic healing as you tread through pathways and sites inspired by historic settings and immerse yourself in the Bible events. A meditative rosary walk through the Via Rosario and Via Dolorosa, reflecting on the life of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph from the mysteries of joy, light, sorrow, and glory, can bring you to spiritual depths. A haven of peace and serenity, adorned with intricately designed stained glass, a wood-carved altar retablo, a collection of relics of famous saints, and a Blessed Sacrament adoration room. All these leading into a beautifully landscaped Pilgrim's Plaza. Drop a coin at the Angel's Blessing Fountain. Pray and insert your petitions at the crevices of the prayer wall and Wall of Saints, inspired by the Jerusalem Wailing Wall. Walk through the gardens to the tent events place. All these provide a perfect venue for grand celebrations and events such as weddings, anniversaries, retreats, pilgrimages, and seminars focusing on healing of self and the family tree. At the Marian Museum, you will find Mother Mary's most popular apparitions, devotions, and titles. Learn about each historical background and pray with our Mother Mary. Our Jewish Village Pilgrims Retreat Cottages, a sanctuary for overnight prayer, reflection, and relaxation, provide quiet spaces that promote spiritual growth and awakening. Both kids and kids at heart can enjoy at the Children's Playground and Activity Center and a future Noah's Ark. At the Holy Land Stables, everyone can pet sheep and other furry friends and trail through the park on camel, donkey, and pony rides. You can even get a taste of Jerusalem and feast with treats such as pita bread. See a spectacular view of the sanctuary. And to support the evangelization and livelihood of our local ethnic group, visit the Heavens Hub souvenir shop for handmade religious items by the Ambala tribe Aitas and see them dressed in Jewish costumes. The Holy Land is more than just a sanctuary, an educational biblical park.
America Prosper.
Greetings. My name is Edna Concepcion. I hope and pray that you and your family are safe and well and adapting to our new normal. Resiliency is our new buzzword. I'd like to share a story with you about the little engine that could. Most of us must have read this children's book. When I was small, rather, when I was young, that book talked to me. Fast forward. After numerous years of dreaming and researching on continuously meeting with different groups to hear my little mission of establishing this non-profit institution, I finally found a dynamic leader who could make this institution fly high with me and the team. So, when good friends Miss Shirley Horton, a former California legislator and former Chula Vista mayor, finally believed in this gargantuan project, we set out to gather the dream team of engines. Last year, 2019, on April 18th, Edna Concepcion, along with Shirley Horton and Debbie Espy, received the approval from the NCUA, the National Credit Union Association, for the name of their proposed credit union, the America Prosper Credit Union. We also received approval for America Prosper's designated location, National City, California, and our membership status. Yes, federal credit unions are non-profit institutions and are owned by their members. Income is also tax-free for the institutions, so the savings could be passed on to the shareholders as dividends or income. And remember, every account you and I deposit to a credit union is insured by NCUA up to $250,000, just like FDIC's. The proposed America Prosper Federal Credit Union shall welcome almost everyone as a member, whether you're a California resident or from a different state or country. NCUA granted us that special designation when we received our membership status. There are several major steps for the proposed America Prosper Federal Credit Union to be fully accredited though. First, to gather 700 paper surveys from potential members, shareholders of the Federal Credit Union. These will be surveys from potential members asking whether you'd like to deposit funds for a savings account, open a CD, or roll over your individual retirement accounts, or IRA, or get a car loan, a business loan, or a mortgage loan when the proposed America Prosper Federal Credit Union is up. Please email us at info@americaprospersd.com to help with the survey, and we shall email or mail you a survey form. Please note the email address below, info@americaprosper, S as in San, D as in Diego.com.
JC Concepcion started training as a cadet pilot, sponsored by his parents and his uncle Norman P. Joseph. He entered Philippine Airlines in January of 2017 and continues to fly proudly with the flag carrier, even taking part in the only repatriation flight from Milan, bringing home stranded overseas Filipino workers at the height of the pandemic. Rising star, JC Concepcion.
Hi, my name is JC Concepcion. I hope everyone's in perfect health and high spirit. I'm sure everyone's having a hard time or some sort of difficulty dealing with the ongoing pandemic. But we'll make it through. We just got to have a little faith. So today I'm just going to share with you the 3 traits that I possess that attribute to my success. One is having faith. Faith can be defined in so many ways, whether it be in religion, your faith in God. It can also be defined as complete trust or confidence to someone or something. But no matter the definition, it's something that defines your belief, your conviction, that things will work out somehow, whatever the circumstances may be. Which leads me to my second trait, patience. Good things, great things, take time. I also think that this trait is very timely. I'm sure most of you had already planned a year. A planned vacation to Hawaii, a second child maybe, a plan to propose or to get married, a level up in your career. It can be a lot of things. And we can be very precise. We know how we want things to take shape and fall into the right place. But then again, things happen, things change along the way, and we just have to be patient. It will all come into fruition in its right time, and we just need to be there when it happens. So be patient. Third and last, grit. I think that this trait is a culmination of both faith and patience. True grit is a display of courage and perseverance. It's all about commitment. It's how bad you want to accomplish things. It's about making sure you see it through in each of your endeavor. It's all about dedications. It's about setting a goal and following through it. I think that without this trait, the first two would be in vain. That's about it. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you all soon. Take care.
Hi, everyone. Mayor Alejandra Sotelo Solis here, wishing you all a wonderful evening. As a 2018 Top Hat honoree, it's a pleasure to recognize all of the honorees, as well as retiring Congresswoman Susan Davis. Thank you for all that you've done for our communities and all of your years of service. National City, we're still here, thriving and doing fairly well, considering that all of us are fighting this pandemic. We were proud to be the first city in the county to mandate facial coverings, and everybody then followed in suit because we know that facial coverings do make a difference. We've had 5 testing locations, and thank you, special shout out to Operation Samaha for stepping up and doing the testing, as well as engaging our community members with online virtual services. As you can see, this is our virtual Zoom background because together we can fight the pandemic, continue to engage our community. And last week, very proud to say that we had a community cleanup where over 33.39 tons of trash were collected from around the community and from people's homes. Well, as many people have done, they've had their COVID-19 purge in their homes. And so we were very proud to partner with I Love a Clean San Diego, EDCO, and Caltrans to help beautify our community. And again, take that ownership of how we can beautify our neighborhoods. All of that to say that we have volunteers throughout our community that make a difference. and today I am here to recognize 4 honorees. Visionary Volunteer Awardee number 1 is Ms. Connie Leyva, President of the Olongapo Association of the United States. Secondly, we have one STC Toronto group, Sisters Tessie Maliwat Calipsia and Dolly Maliwat Milacrec. And lastly, Rose and Rod Alante. Thank you all for all of the work that you do for the community, for the Filipino community, and as a Filiprima, I thank you. Salamat. Congratulations to the volunteer awardees.
Rose and Rod Alante. Rodolfo Go Alante has always dreamt to be an airline pilot and almost became one, but had already signed a contract with the U.S. Navy for 4 years when he was offered a job by Philippine Airlines. Fast forwarding 42 years, he is a happily retired electrical engineer, husband, father of 4, and grandfather of 1. He and his wife Rose, that's me, yours truly, have lived in the countryside in Ramona, California, amidst dairy and free-range poultry farms for the past 21 years, though he himself knows nothing about farming, nor poultry. His humble beginnings started in Biñan, Laguna, Philippines, where he was born 9th of 10 siblings, and raised by a father who was a public bus driver and a mother who owned and operated a Chinese laundromat. And yes, that explains his middle name, Go. Who all had college education, he was graduated from the prestigious Mapua Institute of Technology in Manila with a Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering in 1973, in spite of the rise of student activism, civil unrest, and rule of martial law. In Manila, job prospects and salaries in 1974 were not favorable, as the country was still under the economic downturn from the decades of despotic and corrupt rule of President Marcos. It was then that Rod decided to join the U.S. Navy and see what the USA, a country of endless opportunities, has in store for him. A single tour in the U.S. Navy was followed by 37 years with Solar Turbines Incorporated, a Caterpillar subsidiary where Rod took on a number of engineering roles in design, manufacturing, test, quality, product compliance, and development. He proudly mentored numerous immigrant engineers from the Middle East, Asia, Pacific Rim, and Latin America. Rod enjoys singing, dancing, listening to music, watching musical plays and concerts, and is an avid Beatle fan. He finds time to feed the homeless in downtown San Diego, assists immigrant workers and volunteers at USS Midway Museum. He and I returned to Virac, Catanduanes, Philippines for the second time in February of this year. For 5 days, we helped the impoverished by donating our time, money, and food staples. He has donated to American Heart Association, Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, Goodwill, Salvation Army, and many other charities. He is the current president of the Mapua Alumni Association of San Diego, with an ongoing goal of granting scholarships to the brightest students who are in most need of financial support and assistance. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a glimpse of the life of this Pacific Islander immigrant veteran from a then sleepy little town in Laguna, Philippines.
Hello, I'm Rod Go Alante. Volunteering, giving back, helping out, I learned and value all this from my mother very early on. She's got to be the most generous, kind, and charitable person you'll ever meet. These past decades, especially in high school, college, and at work, I've always found pleasure in tutoring, helping classmates with homework and projects, and mentoring co-workers. During the last few years, my wife Rose and I have committed ourselves into medical missions in the island of Catanduanes, Philippines. A very worthy cause indeed. I am very humbled, honored, and grateful to receive the Visionary Volunteer Award from PhilAmBid. Thank you immensely. When her parents, Cesar Alayon de la Rosa and Mercedes Ronquillo de la Rosa, were newlyweds in Subic, Philippines, they wished for a baby daughter as they thought it would be so cool to name their firstborn Rosa de la Rosa, Rose of the Rose. Well, their wish came true, and as fate would have it, they had 3 more daughters after her, along with Rosa, also known as Rosie, as years went by. The family immigrated and lived in Louisiana, where she was in 5th grade as Rose's father was in the U.S. Navy, who retired after 20 years, 1 year of that in Vietnam. They soon moved to San Diego 2.5 years later. Rose was a member of the California Scholarship Federation at Montgomery High School and was graduated with honors. Rose's interests varied, so she first majored in banking and finance and received an associate degree from Southwestern College. Many a times when she was little, she used to pretend playing as a nurse, which later became her true calling. She attended San Diego State University and received a Bachelor of Science degree in nursing, all the while raising 2 toddlers. She took care and helped many patients with brain and spinal cord injuries at Sharp Rehab Center. On February 20, Rose and Rod, husband of 43 years, returned for a second time with the Enriquez families and other volunteers for a 5-day medical mission in Catanduanes, Philippines. Rose is a mother of 4 children, Angela, Anne, Andrea, and Anthony, and grandmother to Julissa. She enjoys reading, listening to music, watching films, particularly good foreign ones, gardening, attending shows, musicals, and traveling. Rose feels very blessed and fortunate for all of God's blessings, particularly the peace, wealth, and freedom of living in the U.S., having a wonderful family and friends, and a fulfilling nursing career. A favorite poem, Desiderata, in which the message note the word try to live by. An unforgettable quote is by Stephen Grellet. I shall pass through the world but once, any good therefore that I can do or any kindness I can show to any human being, let me do it now. Let me not defer it or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again.
Hello, everyone. I am truly honored to be here and grateful for the recipient of the Visionary Volunteer Award. I am so delighted. Take care. I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Tessie Maliwat Calavesia and Dolly Maliwat Mikaret. Our sisters have always believed in Marian devotion as the quickest way to a strong and beautiful relationship with Jesus Christ. As adults in the USA, the sisters got involved in several local community initiatives. Dolly volunteered in a handful of programs that focused on the feeding the poor, such as San Francisco Bank and Food on Wheels. Dolly also joined the parish branch of the Legion of Mary with a focus on service towards the elderly and door-to-door evangelization. Tessie served through becoming a Eucharistic minister in her parish in Queens, New York, and as she pursued this work, she also began to deepen her faith journey by deciding to, in 2014, volunteer in the Lourdes in the heart of the French Pyrenees. It only took a couple of years for Tessie's experience in Lourdes to rub off on her own friends and siblings. Dolly joined the hospitality in 2016.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Hi everyone. I'm Ria, Edna and Dante Concepcion's daughter.
And I'm Bill, their son-in-law, and this is Rockwell, their 3rd grandchild.
We are YouTube bombing, awards gala bombing. My mom, Edna, does not know we are making this short little video. So we just wanted to give my mom a special shout out, say thank you to her. Year after year, she and the Phil and Bid team put together this awards gala to recognize, express gratitude, say thank you to change agents, community leaders, generous souls. So we just wanted to give my mom a special thank you for being our family's star, for being our brightest star, our guiding light, for always showing us the right way, for instilling the values of compassion, generosity, gratitude, and service to others. Thank you very much, Ma. We love you. We love you very much.
Thanks, Ma. Bye, Lola.
And hello from Toronto, Canada. I am Dante Jr., son of Edna and Dante Sr., and these are my lovely 2 children, Kira and Keegan. My sister pretty much described my mom to a T. and everything that her and her Phil and Bid team does every year to recognize all the leaders of the community and those who give back. And like my sister said, this is just our way of saying thank you to our mom and their Lola, and giving back to her as well. So we did ours a little bit different. I had the kids write down 3 things that they would use to describe Lola, and 1 thing that that she's taught them. So I'm gonna let them steal the show. Go ahead, Kira.
Okay. 3 things that describe my Lola is kind, generous, and curious.
Why is she curious?
Because whenever we FaceTime, she always asks like, how's my dance going, or how is my day at school or something. So she's curious about my day.
Okay.
Or yeah.
What else you got?
One thing she has taught me she has taught me to be extra kind to my brother and family, and to be kind to others.
Amazing. Thanks, Kira. And what about you, sir? Mr. Keegan?
Lola is kind, Lola is considerate, Lola is always thinking on the bright side. And Lola has taught me the value of coins.
That's true. She is very considerate. She is very curious and always asking how we are doing, because we love her very much, and I know she loves us. And she is the best mom in the world, and we love you. Say we love you, Lola.
Love you. Oh, wait. Bye.
Enjoy the rest of the show, everyone. Bye.
The One STC group is now an official community group with the ever-conscientious Evelyn Aguila Lobrin together with a core of dedicated officers in her newfound home in Toronto, Canada. Theresians from different STC campuses, Quezon City, Manila, Cebu, and Baguio. It is tradition to commemorate their Theresian heritage by holding annual Eucharistic celebrations with luncheon fellowships facilitated by friends from religious and lay ministries. Every year, they spread the joy of Christmas by caroling at seniors and long-term care homes in the greater Toronto area and sharing their love of music. It is a Theresian light that continues to shine bright in this part of the world.
Saint Teresa of Avila, patron saint of our alma mater, once exhorted, "Use the gifts that you have received and pass on the love that has been given to you."
The ladies that you see here all graduated from the same high school many years ago. So we all went to a high school, a girls' high school called St. Teresa's College, halfway around the world in Manila, the Philippines.
Oh my goodness.
But we found each other here in Toronto, and we said, well, why don't we get along, and we love singing. So we've started going Christmas caroling.
Voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree.
So we acceded to requests for more visits to seniors' homes and long-term care facilities in the Greater Toronto area. We added summer gigs and widened our repertoire from Christmas carols plus old standards relished by seniors.
With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fears apart.
And with our spouses, partners, and friends eventually joining us, our group evolved into one big, happy, and rollicking family. But whether it is by accident or by fate, it is certainly by purpose that the Theresian light continues to shine brightly in this part of the world.
You deserve the glory. And we honor. Lord, we lift our hands in worship as we lift your holy name.
back the love and the favors and blessings that we have received all throughout these years. The blessings that was so graciously given to us, even if we don't deserve a single one. So I hope you.
All we can say is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You are fantastic. But it was beautiful, and that last hymn that you sang summed it all up, because you've given to us the talent God gave to you. And we're so grateful. It was just wonderful.
On behalf of the One STC Toronto group, together with our families and friends, I would like to thank the Phil-Am-Bid and the Top Hats Awards Committee for this honor. In line with the words and thoughts of Saint Teresa of Avila, we appreciate and value this recognition, knowing fully well that it is love alone that will give it its worth. It is love alone that gives worth to all things. And so, in the same measure, as you have so graciously extended your love to all of us here in Toronto, we joyfully give our love to all of you. Thank you, and God bless us all.
Milani Davidson, Star Scholar.
Hello, my name is Milani Davidson, and I'm currently a junior at Mount Carmel High School. I'm the daughter of Robert and Joette Davidson, and also the granddaughter of Carlos and Josefina Acevedo. For the past 2 years, I was a member of the award-winning Mount Carmel High School Color Guard, and was also a student leader on the team. This past year, I've been working on my National Honor Society memberships in hope of gaining an academic scholarship for college. This year, I've participated in numerous amounts of community service events at San Diego County. This year, I've received the Salayan Filipina Cardiologon Youth Leadership Award, and I'm also a Girl Scout Ambassador working on my Gold Award. In August, I received the Sacrament of Confirmation at St. George the Great Catholic Church to help me continue on my faith journey. This year, I participated in the 5K to raise funds for the Wounded Warriors Project and support local veterans. After graduation, I hope to attend the University of California, San Diego and study psychology and neurology. My philosophy in life is be true to yourself and always strive to be the best you can be. Thank you.
Olivia Pennington, Star Scholar 2020.
Hello, my name is Olivia Pennington, and I'm very honored to have been selected as a Phil-Am-Bid Star Scholar this year. I'm 16 years old and am the youngest of Ron and Mary Lou Pennington's 4 children. I've lived in the Scripps Ranch community of San Diego since birth and currently maintain a 4.0 GPA as a junior at Scripps Ranch High School. I'm a graduate of St. Gregory the Great Catholic School, where I was involved in parochial school sports and student council. I was the Little Miss for the Filipino American Association of San Diego North County in 2015 through 2017. I like to volunteer at my church in the choir, Vacation Bible School, and as a servant leadership team member for the Youth Confirmation Program. I am a junior board member for the Scripps National Junior Basketball League, and I've been a Girl Scout since kindergarten. I like to support an organization called Shariah's Closet, which is a nonprofit that provides free emergency clothing to families who are experiencing financial hardship or crises such as domestic violence. I really love sports and have been playing on rec and club teams since I was in the 1st grade. I am currently on the varsity basketball, volleyball, and throwing teams at my school. When I'm not busy studying or at a practice or game, I like to have Netflix watch parties with my friends, bake cookies, and find good places to watch the sunrise and sunset in my neighborhood. Thank you.
Reese Akana, Star Scholar Alum 2012.
Hi, my name is Reese Akana, and I was a Star Scholar back in 2012. In 2013, I began my studies at Harvard University and graduated in 2017 with a major in chemical and physical biology and a minor in music. Some of my best memories at Harvard include playing the piano for Yo-Yo Ma, organizing a national research conference for undergrads, and of course, spending all-nighters in the library studying for tests and writing essays. Above all, my favorite part of attending Harvard was the ability to meet so many smart, well-rounded, and kind-hearted people. I attribute a lot of my growth, both emotionally and intellectually, to the students and faculty there. Perhaps the greatest amount of support came from my research advisor, who gave me the most academic and career advice. He fueled my passion for understanding nature and helped me realize that research was something I wanted to pursue full-time. After Harvard, I applied to graduate programs and was fortunate enough to be accepted into the Cancer Biology PhD program here at Stanford University School of Medicine. Over the past 2 years, I have been researching molecular mechanisms that occur in skin cells following sun exposure. I hope to publish my findings in the next few years in hopes that it helps other scientists develop better treatments for skin cancer. In the future, I want to join a biotech company that develops tools to help scientists worldwide conduct more reproducible and reliable research. I want to end by thanking Phil and Bid and wishing them a successful event despite the difficulties of shelter in place. Thank you again for supporting me in my academic pursuit, and I hope you continue to inspire other students to strive for the best.
Nimpa Akana, president of Bonita Museum.
Hello, Phil and Bid, and welcome to the Bonita Museum and Cultural Center. My name is Nimpa Akana. As the first Filipino president of the Board of Trustees, I thought it'd be really important to have a Filipino exhibition during my tenure. This November, the Bonita Museum will display a Filipino exhibition called Cinecuento, curated by filmmakers Benito Bautista and Emma Francisco. Cinecuento means film and stories. Visitors will be taken on a journey from the history and beginnings of Filipino cinema in the Philippines up until now to media and content creation of Filipino vloggers in San Diego, California. We will present original music composed just for this exhibit. We'll have dancers, and we're going to have a night of unspoken word. And of course, we'll have food. I'm really excited about this exhibition because one of the displays is called Telenovela, which means stories and fabric. It's going to be an art installation that's very interactive, that consists of a Filipino community quilt, which represents their ambitions, their imaginations, and their aspirations. Here I have example one. Ann Chen is very proud to be the first Filipino golf captain at Harvard University. Commander Nolan Villerin, a United States Naval Academy graduate, served in the Navy over 20 years. He was proud to serve and defend our network and cybersecurity for this country. He hopes and inspires his daughters to also love the country. Captain Ted Kamaisa is a dentist for the United States Navy also. He was privileged to serve in Operation Iraqi Freedom. You could be a part of this exhibit too. If you turn in your personal items to me by November, we'll include you in this interactive art installation. Visit the Bonita Museum. Congratulations, Phil and Bid, and God bless.
I wish you all an incredible night and a wonderful Filipino-American History Month. Let's keep making history every month. Maraming salamat for the many ways that you've uplifted folks in our community. Mabuhay ang Pilipino.
Wow, that 144 minutes went by so fast for us. I hope it did for you too.
And we hope that we did it in exactly 144 minutes, Tita Edna.
This is Dr. Tess and Dr. James, your MCs for our first virtual gala and 15th year anniversary. Whatever part of the world you are watching from, we thank you and we wish you health and happiness through these challenging times.
And we hope that in some way we are able to keep you hopeful with these incredible people in our world. The best is yet to come.
God bless you all and good night from San Diego, California.
Starblazer Top Hat!